viewers, and it's a pleasure to have you join us again. Nigeria's military has delivered another major blow against armed bandits, carrying out a precise airstrike that reportedly neutralized a large number of terrorists gathered for what security sources describe as a planned coordinated attack on nearby communities. The operation, carried out by the Nigerian military as part of its ongoing air campaign against banditry and terrorism, targeted a suspected criminal gathering at Dogon Dawa, a strategic location situated along the Niger, Kaduna, and Zamfara border corridor. The area has been long regarded as one of the key routes used by heavily armed criminal groups moving between forests in the three states. According to security analysts Zagasula Makama, intelligence gathered before the operation revealed that a large number of armed bandits had assembled at the location to coordinate fresh attacks against surrounding communities. Acting on the intelligence, military aircraft launched what has been described as a precise strike against the gathering. The airstrike reportedly caught the suspected bandits by surprise, inflicting heavy casualties and disrupting what authorities believe was a major operational meeting involving several armed groups. Although the military has not officially disclosed the exact number of those killed, security sources say a substantial number of the terrorists were neutralized during the bombardment. The operation also reportedly destroyed a significant amount of equipment that would have been used in future attacks. Perhaps one of the most significant discoveries following the operation was the reported presence of hundreds of motorcycles at the targeted location. Intelligence sources said the motorcycles had been assembled to provide mobility for the armed groups during planned raids on nearby communities. In Nigeria's northwest, motorcycles have become one of the primary means of transportation for bandit groups because they allow them to move quickly through forests and difficult terrain that larger vehicles cannot easily access. Destroying those motorcycles is expected to significantly reduce the operational capability of the affected criminal groups, at least in the immediate aftermath of the strike. Without their primary means of movement, launching coordinated attacks becomes considerably more difficult. Initial battle damage assessments, commonly known as BDA, together with follow-up intelligence reports, indicates that the surviving terrorists fled the area in confusion after the bombardment. Many of them were reportedly injured during the strike and escaped towards the forest located between Shadadi Manudu through the Mangwuru Axis. Security sources believe the airstrike completely disrupted whatever offensive the bandits had been planning, forcing surviving fighters to abandon their operation and scatter into nearby forests instead of carrying out the anticipated attacks. The latest operation forms part of Nigeria's intensified military campaign against armed bandits, terrorists, and other criminal networks operating across the northwest and north-central regions. In recent months, the Nigerian military has increasingly relied on intelligence-led air operations designed to strike criminal hideouts before attacks can be carried out against civilian communities. Military analysts say the strategy focuses not only on eliminating fighters but also on destroying logistics, supply routes, communication centers, and transportation equipment used by the armed groups. By targeting these critical resources, security forces hope to weaken the ability of criminal organizations to regroup and launch fresh attacks. The border region linking Niger, Kaduna, and Zamfara states has remained one of the country's most challenging security zones, with armed groups frequently exploiting the vast forests and difficult terrain to establish camps, coordinate kidnappings, and launch attacks on rural communities. Security agencies have repeatedly identified the area as one of the major operational bases for several notorious bandit networks. Residents of many affected communities have continued to call for sustained military operations to restore peace and allow farmers to return safely to their farmlands. Repeated attacks over recent years have displaced thousands of people while disrupting farming activities and economic life across large parts of the regions. While this latest airstrike represents another significant operational success for the Nigerian military, security experts caution that continued intelligence gathering and sustained ground operations will be necessary to prevent surviving fighters from regrouping in other forest locations. As of the time of those reports, the Nigerian military has not released an official statement providing casualty figures or further operational details. However, intelligence reports indicate that the strike dealt a serious blow to the armed groups, disrupted their planned offensive, and forced surviving fighters into retreat. For communities living along the Niger-Kaduna-Zamfara border, the operation offers renewed hope, and sustained military pressure could gradually reduce the activities of armed bandits and improve security across one of the country's most volatile regions. For more updates and in-depth analysis, stay with us on News Express. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I am Cassie Tony, and many thanks for watching.